Hello, everyone. This is the first Drumshack live from home session. This is Marco streaming live from my corridor, where I've got this great setup going, and where I've been practicing all these days, staying away from the street and away from everybody. I self-isolating and. I've been doing the right thing, all that stuff. But let's focus on the drums. What have we got today is a setup. I don't know if you've actually seen the video a couple of days ago. There was a video that we shared of me setting up this kit, and that was converting basically this drum set from a traditional acoustic drum set into a silent kit, quiet kit for home practice to just not drive anyone mad, because there's already enough going on to keep us on our feet. Definitely drums are an instrument that can be loud. Not in this kind of in these clothes. We've put some mesh heads on the snare and on the kick drum, and we are using low volume cymbals. These are the Zildjian L80s, but there are other options from Sabian to like a lot of other brands, more or less known, are doing their own version of the quiet cymbal. Same goes for the mesh heads. We are actually sporting a Remo silent stroke on the snare drum and the Z triple X on the bass drum. Some of you might be familiar with the Z brand. Some of you might not be familiar with the Z brand. Is quite a convenient drum head from the price point, and they come in single, double, and triple ply in a very wide range of sizes as well. The sizes that we've got today is 18 for the bass drum and 12 for the snare drum. And the kit is a Tama Club Jam Mini, which is one of the latest edition of the Tama brand. Is just a really, really compact. They already had a Tama Club Jam, which is already a compact kit. I believe, if I'm not wrong, that one is an 18 by 7. No, this is an 18 by 7. That one is an 18 by 12 kick drum, a 10-inch tom-tom, and a 14 by 7. So very shallow floor tom. And that one has been already ripping it because it's super compact, super transportable, super light. It goes in everyone's car trunk. It packs down in two cases that Tama has designed specifically for this kit. Really clever, really clever. No Uber driver is ever gonna not let you in with that kit. And after that, they came out with this, which is even smaller, 18 by 7, as we were saying, and 12 by 5 snare drum. Snare drum actually has also got a mount similar to a tom. I've actually got it on a mount from the hi-hat stand, so there's nothing, there's no snare stand on the snare drum, which is really convenient. If like in my case, I've got it in the corridor. I set it up when I want to play, and when I don't want to play, I just push it back against the wall, and it takes pretty much no space at all. And that, with the mesh heads and the cymbals, is already a very viable, very good solution for really quiet practice. What we're doing today is we have expanded it. We've expanded it to with an EAD 10 from Yamaha, which is this really brilliant module. Comes with trigger unit. There's an extra trigger that I'm using for the snare drum, and in due course we're gonna go through the setup of the kit. This is the first time we're actually going live, and it's the first time that I'm going live, so bear with us. I hope there's not going to be any trouble and any hiccups or problems, but there might be. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, our comment section is open. If you want to ask anything, just leave a comment below. Let us know if you like it, love it, if you think it's funny or whatever. And we're gonna do this kind of videos in the next weeks as well. I believe in just a weekly basis, bringing you like some updates on the kit. We've got another few ideas around, so there will be other stuff happening. But if you have any idea or any suggestion, or if you want to know anything specifically for the drum kit or on the Yamaha EAD, I said we're gonna go through some stuff today, and there's gonna be like loads of other tips coming in your way in the next weeks. But feel free to absolutely send us your thoughts, send us your questions in the comment below. There is actually a video of me setting up the kit, and we're gonna have a look at it now, I believe. Hello ladies and gentlemen, here's Marco, and this is Drumshack House Edition. As you can see from my very relaxed outfit, we are indoor, we are at home, following the government regulation, helping flattening the curve, so hopefully we can go as soon as possible back to our normal life. One of the things that we can do indoor is definitely drumming, and today we are going to check out how to convert this. I'm going to show you this camera, this kit into a silent kit. This is the Tama Club Jam Mini, as the name implies. As you can see, it's very tiny, very portable, 18 by 7 inches kick drum and 12 by 5 snare drum. The snare drum comes with a mount, and you can get one of these clamps to mount it off a stand. I'm going to do that with a hi-hat stand. You can get the hi-hat stand and the bass drum as option on this kit, or you can save some money and use your own hardware if you have some hardware. This kit comes also with a mount for a cymbal stand. We're going to mount a cymbal stand on that. And if you've been following our videos, we have done videos. If you've been following our videos, we have done a review of this kit, the Mighty Quasi. Did a review video on this kit. So if you haven't checked it out, just look it up on our channel. There's a review on this kit, but if you haven't seen that, this is a kit that sounds great. It's a drum kit by its own mean, sounds amazing. But what we're going to do today, to avoid annoying all our lovely neighbors, we're going to convert this into a silent kit using mesh heads. So stick by. We did finish the setup with the mesh heads for the kick drum and the snare drum, and we put also some Zildjian L80 low volume cymbals. They reduce the cymbal volume about 80%, and with this mesh heads, our practice super compact kit is ready. Once again, it's our club jam in this amazing deep grey sparkle finish, 18x7, 12x5, mounted off a clamp here. Tama hardware, Gibraltar cymbal stand off the bass drum. But let's see how it sounds like. I'd say this is pretty good. Really low volume, you can't really disturb anyone, and you can keep practicing. And tomorrow we're gonna expand this kit using the Yamaha EAD10. So stick with us, check our socials, check our Facebook page and our Instagram channel, subscribe and keep a lookout for all the updates. There's going to be a lot of new things coming up in the next few days. So until then, have fun, stay safe, bye. Cool, welcome back, and I hope you liked the video. Obviously, let us know what you thought about it. We've seen how funny it is to convert this kit, and easy to convert this kit from an acoustic drum kit to a quiet practice drum kit. Obviously, the coolest thing about it is that you can go backward anytime you want. It's super easy. You can put your acoustic normal standard skins back on and have an acoustic drum kit. So if you want to make noise, if you want to have a jam, I'm really lucky that all my flatmates are all musicians. So whenever we want to have a proper jam, we can put the heads back together and have like a normal drum kit. But whenever I want to practice and I don't want to disturb anyone, I've got the silent heads on. As we were saying, a Remo silent stroke on the snare drum and Z XXX. As we were saying, there are loads of different price point. The Z are very affordable. In this case, the one on the bass drum that I've got is a triple X, meaning it's a triple ply, so extra extra durability out of it. But you can get also double ply or single ply if you like the feel of that a little bit more. And Remo does their own measured. Evans came out with their own measured not long ago. Pearl does measured as well. So whatever is your budget, whatever is your favorite brand, I think like we can get you covered. Just talk to us. The shop in this time of the human history is actually closed, but our internet and online department, they are still open, working on the email, shipping out kits. All our suppliers are still delivering goods from their warehouses. So if there's anything that you might need, might it be this reel kit or some low volume cymbals, some mesh heads to convert your snare drum or your kick drum and snare, depending what you want to do really with your practice, or the whole kit. We just write to us or phone the online department, and we'll definitely help you with that. In the meantime, I wanted to show you how this thing actually sounds like. I'm gonna take the triggers all the way down on this thing. There we go. And I'm gonna push this flashing button that is to close the talkback. We're gonna talk about it in a minute, but I'm gonna just use the room mic that is on the kick unit of the AD. So just to show you how this kit sounds like. Not bad. That is quiet. My flatmate were super. Couldn't believe how quiet this thing is, and it's definitely a really good good option if you're short of space in your flat form. Keep practicing, keep your chops up, and also the mesh and the low cymbals is a great upgrade if you want to have a low volume drum kit, just at home, just for practice. Again, like I'm using it a lot for jamming along tracks, but also like putting down new ideas, writing new grooves and things. Just have fun, really, just having fun. What I was saying before is that we upgraded this kit thanks to the Yamaha EAD10. EAD stands for electroacoustic drum, and is literally, when you buy this unit, it comes with this brain and a main sensor unit. I might just unscrew it. It's going to be a little bit loud. So this is the unit that you just screw on your bass drum, and it's got a condenser mic on the top, and it's got a actual trigger for the bass drum. And what happens once I screw this back on is that this not only picks up the sound with the mic of the whole drum kit, in this case of the cymbals and the snare, but also if you have tom-toms, it will pick up the tom-toms as well. But also you have straight away from the box, you have a trigger for the kick drum, and the unit has got also the option to add extra 4 triggers. So I've added a snare drum trigger. This is the RT50, if I'm not wrong, from Yamaha. It's an amazing piece of gear. It's got this amazing metal die-cast cover. So there's literally no chance to harm it, ruin it by hitting it by mistake. And it's a dual trigger, so it picks up the head and the rims. Sounds like someone just asked us a question online. So Jay is asking, hi Jay, thanks for the question. How easy is to change the heads back to normal ones? Is as easy as changing them to the silent ones, to the mesh ones. The kick drum has got, being an 18, it's only got 6 lugs, and the snare has got 6 lugs as well. So it is literally with your key, he will be a little bit slower than I was in the video because I was really quick in the video. But I think like top to bottom, it took me probably 5 minutes to change both, and it will take you the same amount of time to go back to acoustic. Obviously, that doesn't take account of the time you're gonna spend to tune the kit, but that's up to you. How long you want to spend on your tuning depends from what sound you're after, depends what skins you're after. There are skins that are very easy to tune. There are skins that take a little bit more work. This kit is actually really easy to tune. The kick drum sounds great straight out of the box. We've tried also some upgrades in the shop with standard muffled, pre-muffled drum head, and the kick sounds absolutely incredible. I would totally recommend this kit also to anyone that is doing gigs where the space is it's not that much on the stage, or for venues that want to buy a house kit, but they don't have a lot of space on the stage. This is the kit that you are probably after, because again, absolutely no floor space required apart from this tiny square and where I'm sitting. The kit is actually, well, because of the sizes as well, the volume is not staggering. When everything is back to acoustic, it's not the loudest kit. So it's great for those function gigs or like pub, restaurant gigs where you still want a proper good sounding kit, but you don't want to have too much volume. And again, for gigs as well, the EAD is a really good addition, because even if you have a small 18-inch bass drum and a small 12-inch snare drum, I can put any trigger, any sound that I want, any sample. The EAD has got actually a very big bank of sounds, and the last few days I've been just fiddling around with all the inbuilt sound, and there's loads. There's more than I could actually try, and you can also modify them. Again, we'll go in depth in due time, but for the time being, I just want to show you this feature, which is one of the coolest thing that the EAD can do. Literally, out of the box on the bass drum. Again, I've added the the trigger for the snare drum, and this is what happens. I'm gonna just quickly kill my talkback and whack up the trigger sounds. Not bad, not bad. This was a, I believe this was a Yamaha Beach Custom. As we know, Yamaha does like some of the most regarded, best regarded drums in the history of our instrument, with like historical models like the Recording Custom back in the 80s, and the Maple Custom in the 90s, and the Maple Custom Absolute, the Phoenix, and they have sampled all those kits and they have put them in this box, so you can quickly by the turn of a knob. You have this C knob here, and you can change from Maple Custom to a Birch Custom to a Beech Custom to an Oak Custom, and also loads of electronic sounds. You name it. Samples like gritty vinyl sounding with some noise added. Samples. You have loads of electronic, the TR9, some of the old Yamaha modules, and also like classic sounds from other manufacturers. They're all here, and you can use them straight as they are. As I said, with the latest update, there's actually loads of sounds added. I think there was. I think there was actually probably 50 preset, um, and what they've done with new update is that they've added in the user settings. You have another 30 or 40 custom drum kit that Yamaha has come up with in the latest firmware update. So definitely something you want to just go on the Yamaha website and follow the instruction how to do it. It's very easy. It's very easy. I'm gonna go forward and show you a few other sounds from this unit. I'm just going to go back here in the main scene menu, and as I was saying, at the minute I've got the user 20, which is a Beach Custom, but I can go to an Oak Custom. With a beefy, classic, low and thunderous note of the Oak. What have we got? Well, we also have percussions. Not bad. Congos over there. Break it. Tight acoustic. bad. And oh, classic T8, T9. If you heard a lot of noise coming from the snare, it's actually because, being a double trigger, I hit the brim shot and the when they will. Yeah, you have loads of options on this drum kit, and that's just the triggers. That's just one of the option that you have for just have a unique sound for your performance. So you can have the trigger, and in addition to the trigger, you also have effect and reverb. Um, what do they do? Reverb, pretty straightforward. It adds reverb to everything. It will add reverb to your mic. It will add reverb to your triggers, and you can actually choose the reverb, the type of reverb. You have like different type, going from like standard whole plate reverb, spring reverb, all of that, and the effect. Obviously, there are some people that are joining just now. If you just join this live stream, we're talking about the Yamaha EAD, and the conversion of the Tama Club Jam. I converted this from an acoustic drum kit into a silent kit first, and then I used Trigger to turn this into a pretty much a hybrid setup. There is a video, we looked at it earlier, but you can still find it on YouTube. So just go on our channel. If you're following, you probably had a notification if you had your notifications on. If you're not following, you just can look up for our channel and look at that video. There's loads of other content if you like that specific video, or if you like any other of our content. You can subscribe and turn the notifications on, and whatever you do, if you like it or not like it, or you have any question, if you have any question regarding this, the comment section is open, so feel free to just write us a comment, send us questions my way. I'll try to answer to all of them. And if you have any feedback on our other videos, all the comment section on all our videos, they're always open. So just write to us, talk to us. We love to have we love to have an interaction with you guys. This video obviously is also gonna be available once this live stream is not live anymore, and the comment section is still going to be open. You're still welcome to drop us a line, ask question. We will answer to you. If there's something that needs a video answer, we will try and include that in our next live stream. So make sure you follow our socials. And all this is possible because of the powerful tools of Drumshack. And so I believe we are back on with the video. And what were we talking about? We were talking about the EAD. We were talking about the conversion. We were talking about the comment. Just let us know anything you want to know. If you've got question, do you own an EAD 10? Because like me personally, I've always looked at this unit with a lot of curiosity, and being quite new, there is a lot of material already online, and but it's not as exploited. as other electronic brain or conversion unit for hybrid drum kit or sampler. So I'm curious if you guys have any hack that you want to share or any kind of idea that you've sussed out with the EAD. Please let us know. Let us know. I am going to do some more playing, and this time I am going to show you what the reverb and the effect button do when you use them while you're playing. So I'm gonna go in playing mode. Gonna turn down the microphone. Hopefully you still hear me a little bit quieter, but and we can go. One of my favorite kits. So these Big and Boom is called User 12. Now I've whacked the reverb. You can hear the reverb of my voice as well. Now I've put the effect up. In this case, the effect is a compressor. You can hear it working on my voice, but I can change it to a distortion. Let's change to flanger. If you want intergalactic. I would stay the whole day just playing along with these effects. Let's see what else we've got here. Complete madness, complete madness. So this thing really gives you a lot of options, like creative options, and like again, I'm using it just like you can hear it with acting with the bass drum and the cymbal, because those two are the main items which are still retaining a acoustic sound. When you use it on an actual acoustic kit, this effect will will also affect the sound of your tom-toms, and there you go into kind of like a completely different world. You can make your drum kit sound extremely lo-fi. We've listened on a lot of current production. The lo-fi thing is quite cool and quite sought after. We're thinking of bands like all the American scene for like garage and new psychedelia scene. But also, if you want to add a little bit of distortion to have a more proper traditional like 60s, 50s pop and early rock and roll sound, this is exactly how they used to record kits back then. There was just one mic, and I've actually heard on other YouTube channels people comparing recordings using only the EAD against the full blown 10, 12, 14, 20 mic setup. And for old school Motown funk and everything like early rock and roll, this actually sounded way more, way more classic and way closer to those original recording. And this makes me think of another use. DAD actually has got a recorder button, and you can record on the actual EAD brain. You can use a separate USB stick, or you can send the audio straight to a computer, or you can also plug your iPhone or iPad and use the app, the Yamaha Rec and Share app. I think they do it for Android as well, actually, to record yourself. Is a very clever piece of equipment. It syncs the video and the audio, so you will have the video from your phone and the audio from the unit, and you can straight up share that from your unit. We will see that in the future. I still have to get a grasp on all of that. As I said, I've got the unit for a week now, more or less, and there's actually a lot of stuff that you can go through. Definitely some good stuff. This setup, as I said, like we started throwing the idea of having this setup because it's actually extremely practical. As I was saying, the floor space is absolutely inexistent. That doesn't take any space. Once I've finished drumming, I push it back against the wall. I put my stool on the side. There's no, actually, you can't see it from there, but there's no cymbal mount. There's no cymbal stand. I'm not using any cymbal stand because there's a mount on the side of the bass drum, not different from old school drum kit. We're thinking of 60s, 50s, Premier, Ludwig, Slingerland, Rogers. They all had this thing, and I think is a very clever idea. I'm gonna show it to you. That's quite loud on the mic. There's an L rod that comes into a mount that is not any different from a floor tom bracket or a tom tom bracket. There's an L rod, and this goes into the cymbal stand, and you can adjust the height. You can obviously adjust tilting the cymbal, and you can also kind of tilt the L arm on the rod itself. So you have extreme adjustability. I have actually tested this also with like real cymbals, with actually heavy cymbals. I'm going to be loud again on very reversible. And yeah, there is an effect on that. Uh, and I've tested it with some heavy cymbals. Is actually really sturdy. I wouldn't use my vintage drum kit with a mount like that, just because I would be a little bit. I wouldn't know if they would actually hold the weight of the cymbal, and for the whole performance. This does 100%, so I can vouch on that. Is a great addition. So I don't have an actual tripod for the cymbal. It just comes out of the bass drum, and that as well saves a lot of space. Uh, I've been using this. I've been using this a lot, mainly because it's fun. Um, and because, as I said, I was really intrigued by the EAD. I've spent some time just having fun with it, going through all the triggers and going through all the setups. You can obviously, I say obviously, but it's not that obvious sometimes. You can change the tuning of every sample, meaning that you can change the pitch of the of every sample. You have samples of pretty much everything. Um, I'm thinking of not only use when you have a conversion drum kit, like in this case, but also when you are using it with an acoustic drum kit. So, for example, I can layer on a normal snare sound, which again is going to be picked up by the microphone. So you're still going to have your acoustic snare drum coming through the unit, and you can send that to the main mixer, to the PA, and come out of the PA with just literally just this. No setup needed, no face checking for the mics, no extra tripods for the mics, and but also I can layer sounds. So I'm thinking of those songs where you want a tambourine on the top of your snare drum, or you want a clap sound on the top of your snare drum. That is something that we can hear on loads of contemporary pop, hip hop, grime production, and it's something that a lot of artists are actually would actually look into for a drummer to have in their bag of tricks. So you can have you can layer sounds. As I was saying before, if you've missed that, this unit has got 4 triggers input in total. So I do have my kick drum, I do have my snare drum, I've got other 2, so that means that I could trigger a tom tom and a floor tom. So in the case of a bigger conversion, I can still have my standard high tom and floor tom sound. But if you are using it in a hybrid setup, you can either layer other sounds on your tom tom and floor tom, or you can plug external pads, so bar pads, or literally a standard PD8 or a kick trigger to have your acoustic sound, and you completely separate electronic sound. Or if you want to have other samples, if you want to have loops that you can trigger, you can either use, as we were saying, the sounds from the unit, or you can bring in your own. It's a very simple procedure. You just need a USB stick, and plug it in the back. It recognizes straight away. It's very easy to use. One of the things that I'm really I really look into an electronic module because I know that not everyone is a tech head. I've never was a tech head, and is the user interface. If it's not easy to use, then it's definitely going to make your life difficult. You'll have to check your manual all the time to know where to find different functions. And on on this on this unit, you have no need for that because you have loads of control, loads of options on your sound and what you can do with it, and it's all laid out very clearly. So again, if you're interested in to know how this works, just write us a comment and we will go more in depth. We're gonna just quickly run an ad and we'll be back after that. I'll see you in a second.
Want to sell your drum kit? It's really easy to sell your old drum equipment to us at Drumshack. We offer a hassle and haggle-free solution. All you need to do is follow these steps. Take some photos of your kit, upload to the Drumshack second-hand portal or send us an email. We then send you a quote. If you're happy with the offer and you're local, simply bring your kit into the store. If not, for a small fee, we'll arrange to pick up the goods. Oh yeah, don't forget your photo ID. We offer part exchange or cash for your goods. Job done. To find out how much your drum kit is worth, get in touch today.
Welcome back. So we are going towards the end of this live. I hope that you find it interesting. There's still a lot of stuff to cover about this unit. I'm still learning a lot of things, and while I do it, the great thing is that while I do it, I'm spending my time on something that is gonna be useful in the future. So I'm not only working on my exercises. May that be just like practicing my paradiddles or doing my four-way coordination or whatever you're working on at the minute. I'm using this time to get my drumming better, and I'm learning about this unit, which is definitely going to be another weapon for when we'll all go back out on the stage and playing live. And at the minute, what I really want to do is I'm going to show you another couple of sounds and scenes that I've been enjoying. And obviously, one thing that I'm going to add is that the unit obviously features also a auxiliary in. So you can plug that to literally anything. May that be a phone, a MP3 player, a CD player. I've got it plugged to my laptop, and I am actually, what I was doing today was playing along some music. We have got one of my favorite artists at the minute is Anderson .Paak. This is from one of his latest release. This is a tune called Come Home, which is quite funny as a title. Let's see. Le- So you get the idea. I was getting the audio from my computer straight to my unit, and in my headphones I've got a knob here that you can control the volume, and that works for auxiliary in or for the inbuilt metronome, because this unit also has an inbuilt metronome for practicing, because that's what we're doing really. We are spending our time getting better at our skills, and the metronome is definitely what we need. So I don't think you will be able to hear the audio for the minute. We're going to work on that and hopefully have some play along in the next weeks. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back and groove along this tune. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. If you're watching it live, I hope you are enjoying it. If you're not watching it live, feel free to go on the comment section and write us whatever you think about. If you liked it or not, subscribe to our social. Check the conversion video on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you soon. I'm gonna go back. See you.